Any coffee expert will tell you grinding for espresso by weight is the only way to get consistent quality drinks, and a new grinder from Eureka cuts out the need for an external scale, improving your workflow, your espresso quality, and saving you money. Hi there, Brian here from Whole Latte Love, and I have with me one of the latest and most sensational new grinders from Eureka, the Mignon Libra. The Libra utilizes a grind by weight dosing system in which you program how much weighed ground coffee you want output, as opposed to a timed dosing system in which you program how long you want the burst to spin. It also features many of the other pluses that the Mignon line are known for, like stepless micrometric grind adjustment, the anti-clumping, anti-electrostaticity ACE system, the patented silent technology, and high-speed maintenance. In this video, I'll go over the Libra's many details, general operation, grinding speed and grinding noise level tests, and finish up with some pluses and minuses of the grinder. The Eureka Mignon Libra has what I'm going to call a familiar aesthetic design, although it is definitely on the larger side when it comes to other grinders in the Mignon line. It sits 16.9 inches tall, 7.6 inches deep, 4.9 inches wide, and weighs in a little over 14 pounds. The Libra comes with the standard Eureka faceted 300-gram bean hopper. The larger extra comfort knob makes the micrometric grind adjustment easier to dial in. The touchscreen display allows for 2 different grinding amounts, programmable within 1/10 of a gram. Routine cleaning as simple as removing one screw on the back, and the entire top plate and hopper, beans and all, can be lifted off, all without losing your set grind size. Grinding is done by a set of 55mm hardened steel flat burrs spun by a 310-watt motor. The Libra's unique portafilter fork and adjustable rubberized cradle hold in place any size portafilter, spouted and bottomless, and the accompanying 58mm dosing funnel helps direct grounds into the basket. The frame and housing are made of sturdy aluminum, and like all Mignon grinders, the Libra is made in Italy. Using the Mignon Libra is about as easy as it gets. A quick initial setup is needed to calibrate the distance between the fork and the cradle to properly accommodate the portafilter being used. Loosen the stop screw on the cradle, place the portafilter on it, raise it up to snugly fit under the fork, then tighten the screw back up. If using a 58mm portafilter, I highly recommend using the including dosing funnel to help keep things a little more tidy. After this initial setup is complete, pick one of the 2 dosing options, manually adjust the dose by 1/10 of a gram increments using the plus and minus buttons, then press the selected dose button again to begin grinding. On every grind cycle, the grinder takes a moment to tare and then begins grinding and automatically stops when the desired dose is reached. Occasionally, it will stop short of the total and then have 1 or 2 last little split-second grinds to finish up. In the time I have spent using this grinder, the dose has only missed the mark a handful of times, and only by 1/10 of a gram short. Like other touchscreen Eureka grinders, pressing both dosing option buttons accesses the manual dosing option, and then pressing and holding them initiates the grind. Another interesting feature here is that if the portafilter is removed at any time during the grind cycle, the grinder will automatically stop to help prevent making a mess. Thanks to Eureka's ACE system, grounds produced are fluffy and virtually clump-free. Being able to grind by weight is nice enough on its own, but the Libra also completes that task quite speedily. As mentioned earlier, the Mignon Libra comes equipped with Eureka's 55mm hardened steel flat burrs. These are spun at a rate of 1,350 RPM by a powerful 310-watt motor. In testing the grinding speed, I repeatedly ground 10 grams of coffee and averaged the time it took. The Libra produced grounds at a rate of about 1.6 grams per second. Another important detail here to consider is that the Libra tears for each grind in about 1 second flat. This creates a massive improvement to workflow by cutting out the time it takes to tare your portafilter on an external scale. The Mignon Libra makes use of Eureka's proprietary anti-vibration silent technology. All moving parts within the grinder are mounted to the frame with noise-reducing cushioning, thus minimizing metal-to-metal vibration. When testing the noise level of the grinder from 1 foot away, the Libra maxed out at 76 decibels. Definitely on the quieter side when it comes to espresso grinders. The Libra is a wonderful and effective addition to the world of grind-by-weight grinders and performs well above its price point. From a value perspective, it costs less than having to buy a competing flat burr espresso grinder and a digital scale, and takes up less counter space. I'll admit, I was skeptical when I got my hands on this grinder, but was pleasantly surprised by how well it actually works. Having a grinder that accurately grinds by weight can easily be appreciated by new users looking to improve drink quality, as well as seasoned professionals in search of workflow improvement. In my opinion, there are only a couple downsides. Grinding for a full double shot can get pretty messy if not using the dosing funnel, and the grinder does not accommodate dosing cups, which could be a letdown for some. Even so, the Eureka Mignon Libra is a fast, capable, time-saving espresso grinder that brings grind-by-weight functionality to a new market with a price far below anything comparable. If you have any questions about this grinder, use the comments and I'll get back with you. And if you want to stay on top of the latest and greatest in coffee, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Once again, I'm Brian, thanks for watching, and check back soon for more of the best on everything coffee. Brought to you by Whole Latte Love.